Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dram Divided. And yeah, it's me, Frederick, and on the other corner, let's see here. There we go. We have
Emil, yay!
Woo! Yeah, Emil. What are we gonna talk to for subject today?
Today we're going to talk about tax returns. No, today we're going to talk about the special bottle or bottles that got away from us. Sort of
What do you mean got away?
the ones that slipped through our fingers through either no fault of our own or because of bad decisions we made.
More about that
No
later.
pun intended.
No
No
pun intended.
spoilers.
So yeah. Welcome once again to the second episode of our channel, A Dram Divided, on the ones that got away, like Emil just said. I'm just repeating. So seriously, I want to say share to everyone watching this one. Share to you as well, Emil. So Emil, can you tell us what you have in your glass today?
Yeah, today, and this is kind of related. It'll come up later. This is the Deanston 2008 9-year-old brandy cask finish.
Yeah,
56.4 ABV, and it's a finished in brandy cask, so it's like I'm gonna do some math in my head here. 7 years in bourbon cask, ex-bourbon casks, and 2 years in brandy casks.
Nice. I have not tried that one yet, actually.
No,
I have given me a sample, so I'm looking forward to it. And in my glass today, I got Coca-Cola. No, I actually got this one, a Swedish whiskey. Let's see here with my light. High Coast by from the Origin series they done. It is 50% ABV, and it has been matured first in bourbon cask and then finished off in PX sherry cask, basically. But as you see with the color, it's been some very active casks, so it's very dark.
Amazing color.
Yeah. So, cheers, everyone.
Cheers and welcome.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's wonderful. Oh, burning my chest a little bit. Yeah, let's get started on this one because I guess people are already waiting. When are we going to start talking about this? So the idea here is, like I already said, there are some bottles in everyone's journey. You know, that we could have bought either one more bottle or we could just had a bottle, but we choose not to for different reasons, of course. And when you think about it today, you might be like, why didn't I buy that bottle? Why? And sometimes you might think like, okay, maybe I did a really good decision back that day because at least now I can afford to have a roof on my house and food on my table. So I think like this, Emma. Why don't you start with your first bottle that got away?
Yeah, so I can actually start with the one, and it didn't really get away, but it's really related to the one I'm drinking tonight, the Deanston. It's the sibling or the other one that was released. Yeah,
this
that one exactly.
Yeah, can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, it's the same deal. It's a 9-year-old Deanston, but it's a Bordeaux red cask matured, Bordeaux red wine cask matured whiskey.
Yeah,
and so I got a bottle from you.
Yeah,
very generous of you.
Yes,
and I was instantly hooked. And you gave me a sample also when you had a whiskey tasting for us and some friends, and it was the top rank for me. I love that whiskey. So I drank it quite a lot from my bottle. And when I have, and now I have like this, a fifth of a bottle left in my cabinet. And then Frederick tells me, that one, you're never going to see another bottle of that one again. You can always come to my house and drink from the 3 that I have, he tells me. So since that day, I haven't drank. I think I drank it once to celebrate something a while ago.
Yeah.
And you went to Germany, to buy whiskey for us, and I ordered one, but they were out. So instead, you got me this, and I have to say, it's not a bad trade. This is a really good one, but that one will always hurt in my chest. The Bordeaux one.
Yes. Yeah, so it sucks.
It really does.
Yeah.
But at least I have it. I got to try it.
Yeah.
I can always mooch off of you if I want some more. So yeah.
Yeah, and that is a little bit why we're talking about this, is just because sometimes, you just fall in love with a whiskey and you realize, like you said, like, I can't get it anymore. Yeah, it's gone. Why is the rum gone? Basically.
Yeah.
It's like, shit.
And that's kind of the beauty of it as well. It's a limited a limited resource. You can enjoy it while it lasts, but then it's gone.
And it's that whiskey, if no one has ever tried a Deanston Bordeaux or red wine cask matured, if you ever get your hands on a bottle of those, if you're not going to buy it, you can always send it to Emil. He takes it free, of course. So yeah. No, but seriously, if you ever find that whiskey in a whiskey bar or anything, try it. Seriously, it's such a beauty of a whiskey.
Yeah, it really is. And if you can't find that one, the brandy cask one is very good also.
I will keep that to your word, so to say. But if I should say this, we have been drinking whiskey a little bit differently since I started a little bit way back. So I have some other whiskeys as well, that I will tell about, that I have unfortunately been. Why didn't I buy more bottle of that when I had a chance, And I think that Deanston, the reason why I gave it to you, because I thought it was a really, it's just a beautiful whiskey, and I really think people need to try that one. I don't want people to sell them on secondary market. I want people to open that whiskey because it's such a good whiskey. Seriously, such a good whiskey.
I have to say, it says a lot about the generosity that you possess also. When you know that it's hard to get this whiskey, it's a great whiskey, and still you give away one bottle. So thank you again.
No, you're mine now. No, but seriously, no, that sounds really weird.
That was when it got me into the web. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many whiskeys out there, and a lot of people are not going to open them because they think like, oh no, I'm going to make some money with it. This was actually really affordable whiskey. I think it cost like 64 euros for a 9-year cask strange whiskey that is just fucking amazing. So yeah, the one I want to start talking about myself here, it's a whiskey that has many I have many feelings about. I'm going to start crying now. Not really, but it was actually the first time ever I bought a whiskey in this price range. Because when I started drinking whiskey, for me, buying a whiskey like over 60 euros was unbelievable. I would never do that, I thought. But so this was actually the first time ever, because I tried this whiskey at a bar. Because when they had it at Systembolaget at one place in Malmö, the Systembolaget there, it was out. So I just felt like, okay, I want to try it because I heard some good things about it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I tried it, of course. And I was like, shite. I mean, I was like, wow, that was amazing. Probably the best whiskey at that time I ever tried. So I was like, I need a whiskey of this. And at one Christmas, they actually got 3 bottles. So I actually took the train all the way to Malmö from where I live in my hometown just to get those bottles. I didn't even call them to put them away, so I didn't even know they had them there. So it's like a 1-hour train trip just to get those bottles. And they had 3 of them. I only had money for 2 of them. I could actually have bought a third one, but I didn't do it because due to work, I only worked 50% at that time, so I didn't have that much money, And it is this one, and this is like one of those like, okay, he's gonna brag or something. It is a Yamasaki Bourbon Barrel 2013. I think you have tried this one, actually.
I think so, too.
Yeah. You're definitely going to try it because there's not much left of it. This is an awesome whiskey. It is, unfortunately, not as well known as its other one that's called the Sherry Cask that was just ridiculously overpriced due to someone naming it the whiskey of the year at that time. But just a good whiskey, and it cost like 92 euros or something like that, which is a lot of money still. But wow, that was good. And I bought 2 bottles of it. I did sell my other one because I want to buy another bottle of whiskey. Because at that time, some years, I was, finished with it.
Yeah.
But I still wish that I bought that third one, actually, because it is good now. Again, I just realized, okay, it's actually really good again.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is one you could say it got away, which makes it sound a little bit weird, but I still have this one. But I will do bottle kill on this one this year, definitely, because the one is gone, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculously overpriced on the internet, so never buy it on the secondary market, people. It's just the one who actually sold one, but I didn't sell it for even the price it's on today. Seriously, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you've told me about that.
Yeah.
Do you ever regret selling the other one?
No, I'm not actually, because I got 2 bottles of whiskey for it that I really enjoyed today. The Glengoyne 25-year-old and the Glencadam 21-year-old. It actually paid for those 2 bottles. Yeah, when I sold it. And I actually, because I was just bored, I didn't want it anymore. So I was like, okay, I can get that much money. And for those money, I can buy those 2 bottles of whiskey. So I was like, okay, of course I'm going to do it. At that time, and I did, And now I realized if I had a 3rd one, that would be a really awesome thing to, keep it in my closet somewhere. And then one day take it out, maybe many years from now, just open it up and tell people, you know what? This whiskey can buy a house. But I'm going to open it right here.
Mix it with some Coca-Cola.
Yeah, definitely. And the cheapest one as well.
Yeah.
Why not? So, cool. So that is one, that really got away from me, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, even though I still have this one, it's all that I got left. And I'm going to share it with people because people need to taste it. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, of course. This guy here, just, it's everyone's rectangular.
I am people,
Yeah, of course. You're a celebrity of your own.
Yeah.
I have a red carpet rolled out every time you come home to me.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, and all you give me is just a little wooden chair to sit on that is just not good for my back. I don't know why.
You like it's wood?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, my friend. So, yeah, that was my story there. So, do you have another story to tell? And I just want to tell this to the viewers to watch this. Please share your stories of whiskeys that got away. Please share them with us.
I'm sure you have even better stories than I do. So please enlighten us in the comments.
Yeah.
It's a fun topic to talk about because, I'm going to keep to this theme of like the one that got away, but I still got it. So, but it's still fascinating because how we look at it, I get a bottle, I drink the bottle, I like the bottle, but it makes me sad because I talked about this last episode because then it's gonna run out. The better it is, the more you miss it. So the next one I wanted to talk about is related to this, and we did talk about this on your live stream, right?
Yeah.
On your Whiskey Pilgrim channel.
Yeah.
It's a Teeling Sommelier Morgot, also a red wine cask. This one.
Yeah.
I don't have it to display for you, but it's a very good whiskey. It's a very sweet, deep, dark tasting. We both agreed it was kind of Christmassy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
So I read it was coming out, and I thought I'm not gonna get it,
No.
And I have to save my money. I bought enough whiskey this year, and then my dad comes to visit, and I show it to him, talk a little about Teeling. It's a cool distillery, and he's like, "Okay, let's go." Okay, so we go and we get it. We get it, 1 bottle each, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And a week later, I think I was in Systembolaget again, and they still had 2. Because they sold out and they got some more, so they still had 2, and I stood there for a while thinking like, I really should get one, but I had already broken my promise to not buy anything more this year. So I let it be, and now I'm half a bottle left, and sad.
But it was a great Christmas tasting, if you say so.
It was. It definitely was.
That was a really good Irish whiskey, if I should say. It was just really good. Seriously, it was just such a good flavors on it.
Yeah, very cheap also. So like for a limited edition, and it's very unique. I haven't really tried anything like it. Of course, there are many unique whiskeys, but it's in a class of its own.
Yeah. And also the best thing is that you're much more better at pronouncing the wine names than I am. So
we don't know that. We'll get corrected. Correct us in the comments on our pronunciations.
Yeah, yes. No, but that whiskey was really nice. It was just one of those like really affordable whiskeys, but still it was like limited. And it's once again, it's like you just take it for granted, and then it's gone. And a little thing you got left in the bottle is just just a sour reminder. Still, you're gonna enjoy those
Sure.
what's left of it, but still, it's just like, I could have bought it more.
It's
so
a harsh reminder every day of the bad decisions we make.
Yeah, or is it really bad? I mean, because do have to be very honest. Sometimes you just need to realize, like I said before, do you really have the money to buy that one? Should you buy it due to your economical situation? It's still very important.
And I feel like personally, it's important for me to, like, if I say this is it, like, stop.
Yeah.
It has to be stop. I can't, like. So I broke my rule. I broke my promise once, and that's got to be enough, And then I said to myself, for Christmas, I can buy more. So I did. But it, like, you have to have some principles, because otherwise your money can run out. And it is an addictive substance we're dealing with. It's alcohol. It can get nasty. So you have to be careful.
And I have seen it many times. So people just buying shit tons of whiskey, basically, without even knowing what they're doing, and then suddenly they realize, like, okay, what am I going to do with it now? And you see them just selling it, because they don't actually have afford it anymore, or can't pick them up in Systembolaget, like I have done once. So I mean, and that's how it is sometimes. And I will talk now about another whiskey that I actually own one bottle of, as you do as well. You don't own this bottle, but one of the bottle you own a whiskey. You do her here. Okay, it's gonna get discontinued, and okay, I'm gonna buy a bottle so I can stock up on it, because I know it's really good. But when the time comes for you to do it, you realize they're out of stock. Okay, they're not just out of stock; they don't even have it anymore. You can't even search for it in Systembolaget, basically, because that's where we buy. For people who don't know, we are Swedish. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. If you can't hear it, we are not native English-speaking people. So if the pronunciation is wrong, you can always write it in there. Just want to tell that right out. So the bottle I have here is actually the Lafroy 18-year-old. I don't think you actually have tried this one. You need to try it. It is 48% ABV. I think it's something like American oak barrels or bourbon barrels or something. It was matured in, but this is an fabulous Islay whiskey, peated whiskey. And
what's the standard one they have at Systembolaget, the Lafroy?
Oh, that would be Select. Yeah, they have Select 10, quarter cask, Lore.
I've tried it. I've tried one of them. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, if I should recommend one of them, it would be the quarter cask of all those three. But still, this 18-year-old was really good. I mean, it was like 70 euros, something like that here in Sweden. And then they discontinued it, and I didn't pull the trigger, basically, and now I can't find it anywhere. And so believe it or not, I bought this whiskey many, many years ago. You can see there's quite a lot left. And that's only due to the fact that I know I can't get it anymore. And I was at the distillery in 2016, and they actually had some bottles of this. And I was like looking like, should I buy some more? Should I? That was the last time I actually had a chance to buy it. But I didn't, because I had a 10-year-old cask range there, and I won a bottle of that. And that was also really good. And I should have bought more bottle of that one as well. I didn't, because of money. That's how it is. You don't have too much. You cannot just spend, So that Lafroy one is one of those whiskey. I am like, why didn't I when I had a chance? But
so it got away from you twice.
Yeah, twice. Yeah,
that's harsh.
Yeah, it is. But still, I got this bottle, and once it's gone, it's gone. The only thing I'm gonna say, I might get some hate for this, is that I don't know if they really did what. Because then the Select showed up, basically. I don't think you have tried it. It's quite a cheap Lafroy. I don't recommend that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recommend that one. I just want to say that. I actually tried a distillery, and I asked them, actually, when they gave it to me, like, why did you discontinue the 18-year-old? Because I was so mad, So I just came there with ill intent to that distillery, like, why did you do it?
Yeah.
So when they gave it to me, I was like, this is not 18-year-old. I want the 18-year-old. Because that was a really, a bargain Islay whiskey. 18-year-old Lafroy for 70 euros. Seriously. Really good stuff. But if you ever see it in a bar, seriously, try it. It's just one of those whiskeys that... Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the light here right now. It's just getting too emotional. So, yeah. Well, Emil, hit us with your story.
Yeah. And that's why they called the ones that got away from it.
Yeah, exactly. Twice.
It hurts. The one that got away twice makes it even more sad.
Yeah, we're going to make you a follow-up.
Yeah, so the next two ones actually,
yeah,
I don't know if they hurt more, but like one of them is a decision I made and one is a mistake I made. So I don't know which one to go first. I have two whiskeys left I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I can talk about I can start with this. So same year now, this year, I have decided, as I said before, I'm not going to buy any more whiskey. I'll hit the brakes. I've already bought the limited edition Teeling. And so we're at work. And Fredrik stops me and says, "Hey, can you help me get a whiskey, you know?" And we talked for a bit. So he talks about this whiskey, the Kilkerran 8-year-old. He's told me about it before and recommended it. So, yeah, exactly. Rub it in, man. Rub it in. So he asked me if I can help him to keep an eye out when it comes out at the Systembolaget. So, yeah, I do. And he says, yeah, and you can buy one for yourself as well because, you know, why not? And I said, no, I'm not gonna. I just said I won't buy any more whiskey. So I didn't buy it. And you got 2?
Yeah, 3.
So, yeah, and then, like the next weekend, I come to your house.
Yeah.
You gave me a glass. And the tears started falling. I went. No, I didn't. But, yeah, I regretted my decision pretty severely after that. Because as I've come to understand, I won't get a chance to get that one. And it's an amazing whiskey. I got the 16-year-old, but it doesn't compare. It's good, but
two different whiskeys. Two very different.
Yeah, very, very different.
From a great distillery, though, but still two very different whiskeys. Yeah.
I have it there.
Yeah.
I love the artwork they have.
Yeah.
I have best looking bottles and labels.
There you go, people.
In my opinion,
I think that most people already know. Yeah, it's actually funny. You do know actually why they have this label here. You know where this label come from?
No, you've told me. I think.
Yeah, because when you are at the distillery, actually, if you look at through a wall with the those barbed fences, and you look at that, you can actually see that tower there through that one. So it's actually an image of that one. Actually, really cool. No, yeah, that one was a very interesting one because it came out first in March, I think it was here in Sweden, but due to regulation, due to Corona, I couldn't get it because you couldn't order it at the Systembolaget. You had to go to some, other Systembolaget that was close by, but I couldn't do that because due to the regulations, and I didn't want to break them. So I missed out on it. And basically, and then suddenly they were like, "Oh yeah, we got some more of it," and I was like, "Oh yeah," because everyone's just been raving about it, and I was like. It's just been so hyped by people in the whiskey community. And so many whiskey tubers have just been like, this is the best whiskey ever, or one of the best whiskeys ever, and all that, And I just been, okay, I really need to try this. And I knew, okay, it's Kilkerran, Campbellton, Springbank. It's going to be amazing, hopefully. And I tried it, and it was actually just only on my, honorable mention, 2020, basically, on my top 5. It's good. It's a really good whiskey. I would never say anything about it, but it is very overhyped in my opinion. But it is really good stuff. I mean, seriously, you cannot deny the quality in that bottle, because it is an extreme experience.
I think I disagree with you a bit on that.
Yeah, of course. And you're right too.
Which one was the top one? The Redbreast?
Yeah, 15-year-old.
Yeah, I would swap places with those two, I think.
Yeah, of course, and that would be your list.
Yeah,
you would make one.
The Redbreast 15-year-old was very good as well, though.
Yeah,
I've fallen kind of deep into Irish whiskey, I think.
Yeah, no. So please write down Irish whiskeys you want us to try.
Keep in mind, it's kind of hard for us to get it.
Yeah,
we don't have a lot.
And the information about them are quite bad as well. Actually, the ones we don't really know what kind of whiskeys we are actually buying, because it just says the name. There's no label or anything, basically. So that's how it is here in Sweden. It sounds really bad, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, that is nice. Yeah, I mean, but it's still, it's like that, The actual fact that they had quite a few left even after I ordered it, because it sounds like I ordered everyone. I didn't, They actually got in quite a few hundreds of them for some reason, and people weren't exactly, buying them,
Yeah.
So you had a long time to actually buy them. Why didn't
you? Kept reminding me of that.
Yeah, Yeah, because I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime. But now I've heard, that they're gonna release another version of it, with some other ABV, but still a cask range sherry cask.
I think if you had pushed me a little bit harder, I think I would have caved. I do think that.
Yeah.
It was a principal decision on my part. And
and you did right. I think you actually did right.
I can't regret it that much, but
no.
I do regret it that much.
You got food on the table.
Yeah.
Seriously. No, but seriously, that is one of the things, about this. You need to realize, just don't go out and buy whiskey if you don't gonna have food on the table, pay the rent, or all your other expenses you need to pay that are more important. This is just still a hobby, Of course,
the brilliant thing.
Yeah.
The brilliant thing you can do is get a friend, buys 3 bottles, and then he can give it to you whenever you want.
Well, what do
you save the money and get the whiskey. It's a really good plan.
What do you call that in English now? Snylta.
Mooching.
Yeah, mooching. Emil the Mooch. Maybe we should call it that. No.
Yeah.
Emil the Brave, we should call it. Or the
Frederick the Generous.
Yeah, or Frederick the throw your money away. Yeah. But still, and that is a bottle I think a lot of people have been really fighting to get,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So I guess you got lucky, and I'm happy for you, my man.
Yeah, but the stories I will tell you now will just keep in tear into your eye.
Do you have a lot of stories left?
Yeah, I have. Oh my god, we can't sit here, but I have.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I even took some
out of stories now.
Yeah,
I've only been making whiskey for like a year.
No, but I can actually put some stories together for my trip when I was the first time in Scotland, 2016. We went to Islay for a whole day, and it was just magnificent to be there. I hope one day we can go there as well. It would be really cool. But so I had some whiskeys there that I found at 2 distilleries. One of them I regret I didn't buy, and that was actually at Bomar Distillery. I know from last episode it sounded like I was raving about Bomar. I'm not. Bomar is really good, because they can make amazing stuff. And this was one of those really amazing stuff. And this was, I didn't buy it. Fortunately, or where lucky I am, my mother did buy it, so I can pitch on her. And that was a hand-filled bottle of Bomar, a bourbon barrel, basically, but in bourbon. It was like 12 to 13, 14 years old. Cask range, straight from the cask, Amazing. I did try it, I was like, okay, that's really good stuff. But I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Why?
I don't know. I just, I panicked. No, the problem there was that the first distillery we went to there was Bomar. Yeah, so I thought, like, okay, we're going to go to Bomar, we're going to go to Lagavulin, and then we're going to go to Lafroy, and we're going to go to Ardbeg. So I was like, okay, all those other whiskeys, distilleries might have some other really good whiskeys there. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy that one. So I regret myself very much. And my mother bought the bottle, and she kept it for such a long time, which I just loved, She just opened the whiskey last year, basically, when she retired from her work, basically. So she saved that bottle, for that special occasion to open up on her retirement.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that was really cool, and it is just amazing. I'm going to try to get some samples for us to try. Because that is, because when you look at that bottle, it looks disgusting inside. You got all the segment from the cask, floating around in there, It looks like, you basically empty someone's stomach, or, it looks really, really nasty. But fuck me, that's a good whiskey. That is such an amazing whiskey. And I honestly would say this. I would hope that Bomar would put out those kind of whiskeys, for everyone. Because it is, wow, cool. What a good whiskey, It's incredible, seriously. And and then we went to Ardbeg, and Ardbeg had a whiskey there that I was like really ignorant about. I was looking at it, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy that one, because everyone that was in our bus traveling, basically every other 28 people who was there, they were like, when we were going closer and closer to Ardbeg, they were like, we're getting there, because everyone there was like an Ardbeg fan. And I like the 10-year, I like the Corey and I like the Ugidal. But, so when we got there, all of them there, they were probably already inside a gift shop before I stepped out of the bus. They were just like going in there like it was just like a Boxing Day or, a super sale. They were like, oh. So then I went over to one corner there, and they had some bottles there, and I was looking at them like, oh, I think I've seen this bottle before. I heard about it. Okay, it costs around 120, 130 euros. Okay, yeah, it says something special on the label as well. So I was like, yeah, it says something there. Yeah, I've heard about it, but you know what? I have the money. Maybe I should buy it. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No. I need to save when I come home, after vacation, So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy it, And then we came out of the distillery shop. Went on the boat, had some food to eat, and then I was looking at myself. I was like, why didn't you buy that one? Stupid shit. Fucking idiot, And that sounds horrible, but it was an Arbeg Supernova 2016 committee release, and committee release is basically the more fancier stuff of their releases. This is like a super heavily peated Arbeg. The last one they did, before they redid, before they started doing them again, apparently for some reason. So, and that was one I was like actually looking forward to buy, and I just stopped myself because I was like, I think I didn't care. I bought a what's called now a skjorta, sweater, or
a shirt.
A shirt, yeah. I bought a shirt with Arbeg. Yeah, I bought a shirt instead with Arbeg on it in the distillery shop. Yeah, no. Yeah, but still. Bro. Yeah, limited edition, man. Yeah. So I had a big size thing here that says Arbeg. I still have it somewhere in my closet. I haven't really tried it for years. I don't think it's gonna fit me. But that was the only thing I bought there. Basically, the other people in the tour were like, I had no idea how many some of them bought, Yeah, but basically there was some of them there. They were like, oh, this one I'm gonna get. Oh, I'm gonna get this one, and then I'm gonna take all of those. Because they love Arbeg, and you can definitely like Arbeg because a lot of people here in Sweden are a huge Arbeg fan.
Yeah.
So not everyone, but there's a big, fan boy here. So that was one of them. Yeah, an Arbeg Supernova committee release, basically. It was like, yeah, I had a chance to buy one, but I didn't. Do I regret that one more than the Bowmore? No, because the Bowmore I did got the opportunity to try, and that was just amazing. So yeah,
and that's kind of a more unique thing as well,
Yeah,
even more special.
Yeah. But so it's not about bragging. Yeah, I had a whiskey for $500,000, but I didn't buy it because I'm broke. But I could take a loan. No, it's not like that. But basically, you have the money, and you could have bought it, but you didn't. When you think about it, still like, oh, I should have, or should I?
That's really hard. I've never been on such a trip, but like, if you have 3 more distilleries to go, you're like, you gotta. What if the best whiskey is at the first distillery? That's cruel, man.
Yeah, it is
not nice.
No. Yeah, so man. Can you tell us about the feeling of the bottle? I think you're gonna talk about. That is on the thumbnail, actually, and I don't think many people know about this one. So please share.
Is it on the thumbnail? Is
it
is the one on the far?
Yeah, on the far right or left.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay, here we go. This one is the worst one for me because this is completely my fault.
Okay, everybody. Just do it. Take on sad music. Take out the violin. The smallest violin ever.
Time for the Simon and Garfunkel to come out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm preparing myself.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone watching.
Yeah. And now we've hyped this story up so much. I don't think I'm gonna deliver. But here we go. So I think I got this when my kid was born, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
So I have a son, and as a present, when he was born, Frederick gets me a bottle of Glenturret 10-year-old. So he gets it. He's in Scotland. He buys it for me. I can get it here in Sweden. It's impossible to buy. I've tried to look for it since. I can't find it anywhere.
No.
So wow, really cool, man. Thanks. And he also got me a little sample, I think, so I could try it before opening the big bottle. A very thoughtful and well thought out gift. So I was very proud. This was definitely my nicest bottle at the time because all I had was like a Highland Park that I got from my father, which was also nice. And I don't really remember what I had. Loch Lomond probably. So anyway, my dad comes to visit, and I take it out, and it's in this cloth pouch, with the leather strap, really nice. I take it out, show it to him, and we look at it, and I open it, and we smell it, and it's, oh, this is a nice one. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna taste this then and then. So yeah, we look at it. We talk about it for a while because my dad is also kind of interested in whiskey. So yeah, and then I'm going to put it back in the pouch. So hold the pouch in this hand, the bottle in this hand, and it's kind of tight. So I like push it a little bit, and I push it right through my hand. Splat on the floor, whiskey everywhere. Precious Glenturret 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Fucking everywhere. And I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. I ruined the floor. I ruined the whiskey. It was a complete disaster. My family was in the other room. My mom and my girlfriend and my son, all oblivious to the disaster that had just taken place, the tragedy that had played out in that kitchen.
And I think actually you called me or you text messaged me like, how can you get more? Sorry, keep on.
No, that's the conclusion basically. I texted Frederick and like, can you get more of that Glenturret 10-year-old? Is that hard to get? He was like, yeah, that's impossible to get. Okay, well, guess what happened, my man? So yeah. That's been bothering me ever since. I still have that pouch. I don't know why, fucking cursed, but I have it to keep my corks, which is advice I took from you.
Yeah, always save your corks.
Yeah, from like your first video, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one hurts. Every time I think of it, it hurts because since I had the sample, I got to try it also, and it was good. That was a good whiskey. I can't really remember much of it now because it was quite a while ago, but I remember I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Glenturret 10-year-old is one of those people may say, okay, what's special about that one? Just 40%. You know, it has all the things that makes people not want to. It's just a bottle of whiskey that I have never tried before. Before I was a distillery, basically, and you know, and I just fell in love with that 10-year-old. Seriously, I was like, okay, this whiskey can be amazing if they just put it up to 46% and you know stop the other stuff. But it still, that was a really interesting whiskey. I mean, I was like, wow, it's actually really good. I was really fell in love with it. So when I bought a bottle, you know, I knew you just become a father, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him this one because it's a special, you know, occasion one. And how does he treat it? You know, he just say he dropped it, you know, I guess, but still, he's a much better father taking care of his kid and taking care of that bottle. I just want to tell you that.
Yeah, that's the most important thing after all.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, and regardless of like the quality of the whiskey, even if it was a bad whiskey, it's, you know.
It wasn't the whiskey.
No, but even if it was, it's like the sentimental value of being given it by a good friend who thought it through and like bought it in another country and gave it to you for a special occasion. It's like everything is so stacked up on top of it. And I threw it on the ground, as Lonely Island was.
Yeah. We should call you Emil the Cursed.
Yeah, maybe. That's 2 names I've gotten this episode.
Yeah, I know. Do you have any other names here? Please share. You were watching? No, that one was, you know, it was just because you can't get it here in Sweden, basically.
Yeah,
I know you can get something like a triple wood, a sherry cask, and a peated one, but now I know they have like done a whole repackaging with their bottle, label, and expressions. Yeah. And we found it on some website, but it was quite expensive now since Brexit has come. You know, we're not sure if we are going to be able to get one of those.
Yeah, and I think they were out of stock also.
Yeah, I mean, that is whiskey I want to have, you know, my collection, because it is, you know, Glenturret, and people are like, okay, what's about Glenturret? It's the oldest still working distillery in Scotland, and it's also, in my view, the most misleading whiskey tour I ever been on in my life. You know, because it's called, you know, the Famous Grew's experience at the Glenturret distillery. Okay. So when you hear that, you think about Famous Grew's because it's part of Famous Grew's is Glenturret. So they make the Famous Grouse there, or Famous Grouse there. Yeah, so when we were there at the distillery, everyone was basically like, so what about Glenturret? And what about Famous Grew's? Because everyone was like really, you know, like, where are we really? You know, because when you came out there, they had like this big Famous Grouse, you know, the symbol, you know, this metallic or bronze copper thing, and so everything was just like really weird, you know, when you come into the visitor center and had all this Famous Grouse, but like, where's Glenturret? and because you never heard of it before, so it's just really weird. Like, hey, what is Glenturret? So that was also why I fell in love with it, because I had never heard about the distillery before. I was like, wow. And we tried it, It was just, I mean, it was good. It was really good.
It was a very unique gift and completely squandered. Please tell us another story, Frederick.
Yeah, so from one disaster to another. Let's see here. I put some other here. This wasn't actually 2018, I would say. And people can say, is he bragging all the time, Mr. Frederick? Oh, I've seen this and I see it. No, not really. I actually have quite a lot of whiskeys that I have had opportunity to buy. And I also had whiskey that I did buy because I had an opportunity. And, like I told about that single cask Bank that I shouldn't have bought too many of.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it. So that's how life is. Sometimes you get ahead of yourself. One I did find was actually not at that distillery, because then I would have go back to Isla. But this was actually at the Deanston distillery when I visited the first time, 2018. And they had this is Deanston is owned by a company. I'm not going to say it out because I don't remember what they are. But they own some other distilleries like Tobermory, Lacheg, and Bunnahabhain. So they had a Bunnahabhain Festival edition there, actually. And maybe, Emil, you know what Festival is?
No,
it is a big whiskey festival they have in Isla. So every day, like all the distilleries have their own day when they are selling a very limited edition whiskey. A lot of people travel there and all that. So, and I actually found 2 expressions of festival of this whiskey or of their whiskey there at Deanston. So there was 2018. Let's see here now. Olmoine Oloroso Matured 2007 edition. So it's like 1,600 bottles ever made of this one. I didn't try it. I didn't buy it because I bought all these small. I think you have seen those Deanstons. I have 20 centiliters, small Deanstons. I bought shit tons of those instead for like 35 pounds each. Basically, and with 3 of those, I could have bought a bottle of that and stuff, but I didn't. And I do regret that one because I have seen people do whiskey reviews on that whiskey. I think one channel like Scotch Test Dummies did it when they were like highly praising it. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should at least try it at the distillery. But I didn't. And yeah, it got away. It got away big time. And I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have bought that many Deanston 20 centiliters, very expensive ones. But still, I gave most of them away anyway. And it was just really sad at the moment.
Yeah.
And another thing I do have to say that I am regretting like crazy today was when I started drinking whiskey. Was you heard a rumor, there was someone whispering in the wind. There was news about this. But you didn't really care about it. You heard people talking about it. And you were like, it's just rumors. It's not gonna happen. And when it did happen, you realized, I should have bought some bottles more to stock up. And I was actually on Japanese whiskey. Basically, I already talked about the Yamazaki, but on all the standard core range whiskeys, that you had the opportunity to buy back then, when you didn't, because you thought like, oh, Hibiki 12-year-old is always going to be available, a Yamazaki 12-year-old, Yakushi 12-year-old, a Yuichi 10-year-old, and then one day you see them now in the secondary market for like ridiculous prices, even on some stores on the websites are selling them, and you're like, how can you justify that? Seriously, how can you justify that price? When you bought them once upon a time for like 40 to 50 euros a piece, and now you can buy them for 200 and up euros, basically.
Yeah, it's insane.
So that is one of those I would like just say is just like, damn, I should have bought more there. But once again, you didn't think about it. You didn't really consider it. It will happen. And that is actually not going to sound like a really bad advice for me. You never know when a bottle is going to get discontinued. So stock up, people. Stock up.
Disregard everything we've said. Buy every bottle.
Yeah, don't care about your economy. Just stock up. No, but seriously, if you ever hear the rumor that a bottle of whiskey is going to get discontinued or they are going to stop producing it, take a reconsider if you do want to invest in some bottles of that. But still, think about your economy first. Are you really going to be able to do that? But still, it's something I really would reconsider you to actually sometimes do. Maybe I should buy an extra bottle of that whiskey if it's going to disappear, just to have, basically, or a case. or a pallet, or a ship boat full of them. You know, who cares?
If you happen to have a boat, buy
Yeah,
a pot and put it on the boat.
yeah,
That's my
exactly, and just take it out to sea so no one can get to it.
yeah. International waters,
Yeah, exactly.
pirates and pirates.
Yeah,
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
But and I think you're right. You know, if I had known about the Deanston, if you gave it to me and like a week later you asked me if hey, have you tried it, and I'm like, yeah. You were like, yeah, you're never gonna get it. So if you want to buy another bottle, blah blah blah, do it now. I would have.
Yeah,
I think so. If it was today, at least. Now when I'm more into it, so I think it can be worth it. But it's always and I have to say that's or I think that's the like moral of the story here is like we may regret these, but this is like we're honoring it now because we had our reasons for making the decisions we did, except for the one I threw on the floor.
Yeah, or maybe that was the reason.
No, but that's true regret.
That you're not telling me. No,
I would never shy away from telling you something.
No, I hope not.
So, yeah, like when we make those decisions not by the bottle, we have our reasons, and I don't think we should beat ourselves up too much about it.
Yeah,
and I think this conversation we're having now is like, it's an honorable mention. It's like now we remember, now we pay our dues, and then we move on.
Yeah, move on to newer stuff, more greatness.
Yeah, because all the whiskey we missed, like there's more good whiskey to come.
Yeah,
so
there's you can't try them all, or you can't buy them all, but sometimes you can maybe have the chance to try a lot of whiskeys.
You gotta catch them all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that slogan. Yeah, sometimes you wish that because sometimes I think there's such a press or hype and demand that people I need to have this in my collection. I need to have it. But sometimes like you just said, pretty much you said, is it really worth it in the end if you don't have the money for it? I have, like I said in the beginning, I have seen so many people, buying shit ton of whiskey, and then they've just been like, I need to sell my whiskey collection because I can't pay my rent, and it's been like, why did you start buying those expensive whiskeys in the beginning, or just because everyone was like hyping it up? Start small.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
So from like my perspective, you missed some pretty extreme ones, but you've been in it for a lot longer also. So you
8 years soon. 8 years.
Yeah, it's been 84 years.
Yeah. It's been 84 years. I remember.
Since I'm in the beginning of it all, there's gonna be a lot that I think I'm gonna, and I'm kind of comparing myself to you as well because you have a lot, you buy a lot more than me at least. So, but it's not a fair comparison for me to make.
But I don't buy that much anymore. I mean, since I moved to my new apartment, I don't have the same money, And that's also one thing that was, sometimes when I buy duplicates of some whiskeys, And that's just because sometimes I know I might never get a chance to try this one again. And I just know if I at least have one more bottle, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like security.
Yeah. With security, yeah, of course. But it is. I thought about security guards for some reason. I don't know why. That was the reason why. I got some other places there. I don't want to talk about that. But it's gonna be very interesting. But it is interesting with whiskey. How we are all victims to all this hype and all these things.
Yeah,
because it is expensive to do it. I mean, it's not a cheap hobby. You can buy. There are really affordable whiskeys out there that are superior. Sometimes some, I think, more expensive whiskeys out there.
Yeah,
the Scotia Double Cask, for example, that I got.
Very good. Yeah,
it is an amazing whiskey, people. Seriously, that's an amazing whiskey. It's like what for the €4. Seriously, buy it if you can and get a chance. Of course, try it first if you don't like it. But it is an amazing whiskey for that price, and it's still available because it's not a limited edition. I would be sad if they would discontinue it, of course, or like Teeling Small Batch, for example.
Yeah, it's my personal favorite.
Yeah, and I know that.
So and those are the most important ones for me, because all these fancy, rare kind of things, they come and go. As we've said many times this episode, they come, we finish the bottle, we kill the bottle, we regret it, we didn't buy more. But like these cheap ones that you can buy week in, week out, month in, month out. They're really valuable, because they're like the workhorses of your collection. They're the ones gets it done.
When you have that drunk uncle coming home to you, and he's not gonna appreciate anything. He's just there for alcohol. It's good to have them. Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting, because like I said before, when you're at a distillery, for example, I love going to distilleries when you had the opportunity to do it. Because the only thing I always want to get to distillery is a distillery exclusive, because it's like the heart of, I think, of a distillery. It's their most exclusive thing you can buy at the distillery. Of course, it cannot cost you ridiculous amount of money, because I'm not made of money. I mean, I know people have seen my whiskey collection videos on my other channel. I think, like, oh my god, this man has a lot of money. The thing is that I used to live in a very cheap apartment before. I can just say that right now. It was very cheap, So I could save a lot of money. I could buy a lot of whiskey, but now I can't do it, And I'm very picky what I am buying. I'm extremely picky, actually. I am very picky. And I'm, and that is, I think it's important for you. Buy what you like, drink what you like, drink the way how you like it, Add cola if you do want to. I don't know. Please don't always do it. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, Emil, have anything more you want to add to this conversation?
No, I think we've gone through all the painful memories I can bear for one night.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you who have been watching this one, please, comment, what has been your experience? Have you had an experience like Emil? You dropped the bottle and pretty much,
Hopefully
yeah, but I mean, there are stories like that, people have bought very expensive bottles, or just bought a bottle and just drop it. It doesn't matter if it was a lower end bottle in price or more higher in price. As I don't say quality, I just say in pricing. It hurts. It hurts.
It does.
So yeah. And Emil, I will say this to you. Thank you for having this conversation. It's always nice.
Thank you for this evening, my friend.
Yes, it is.
And to better fortune in the years to come.
Yeah, it's 2021, people.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? What can go wrong?
Cheers to that, my friend.
Yeah, cheers to that, everyone. Yeah. And yeah, please, people, like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah. Help us grow, help share these things, If you don't like us, you can always do that if you want to. But we do prefer this one, but we're never going to piss on people always, Some people will not agree with us, but, that's how it is. It's life.
But that's why we do it. We want to discuss these things.
Yeah.
We're not telling you what's right. We're telling you what we think.
Yeah.
We want to know what you.
Yeah, we want you to share your thoughts, your experiences, your journey, everything, So, Emil, let's raise this glass to all the fine people watching and to the two fine Jens here on the screen as well. And that doesn't include you. That means the guy that's on the other one, the one I'm pointing the nose on, No,
I got that.
Yeah. But you know what, everybody? What have we learned from this? Don't drop your bottles, people. Don't drop them.
And buy everything.
And buy everything. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Good night.
We see you guys next time. Bye.